Trash shot. Is it a part of the game or is it a total foul? Third shot, drive versus drop, high-end paddles. Do you think they are too expensive?
It's the Pickleball Lab Coaching Podcast.
What'd you think?
Beautiful, bro.
That was pretty good, right? So yeah,
really good.
We're going to do a new intro every week. And so we'll probably have people, hey, guys, if you like the intro, vote for it and then tell us what you want us to do next, what style, and we'll make it and put it on the next one. Okay.
Or if you thought it was lame, let Josh know.
Yeah. You thought it sucked. Here's Josh's address. Send him some hate mail.
Exactly.
All right, man. Let's get to it. I'm Josh Mackins, owner of the Pickleball Lab, and this is Elliott.
Yo.
Elliott.
What do you think? It's not over though. What'd you think?
I just need the comment section to screenshot Josh's face
That was
during that dance.
Was
Throw
that not
in the
incredible?
comments for me.
That was
It was
incredible.
great.
That
What
was
was more incredible was your facial expressions, and I loved every bit of that.
that was dude. So we're going to clip that, and that's your intro every time. We'll make it shorter, but that's you right there. So that's your intro. Congratulations, you have one now.
Love it. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. All right, man. Hit me with the topics that we got today.
We got some awesome topics, man. A trash shot. Is it a part of the game or is it a total foul? A third shot, drive versus drop. When do you use each of them? How do you play the quick wrist flicks at the net? The price of high-end paddles. Do you think they are too expensive these days?
All right. So before we get to those questions, let's get into.
What are you working on? You're working on something, so am I. So let's talk about it. Oh, yeah.
All right, man. Yeah. So what are you
Beautiful.
working on this week?
A two-handed backhand. Really tried not to, especially on returns of serve. I'm forcing myself in rec play to not run around it. You're only going to get better at things that you just do and you get through the suck. I would either run around it or slice it. And just by focusing on that the last couple of weeks, and of course I've drilled it a little bit, my two-handed backhand drive has just gotten way better. So
Nice.
get through it, go through the hard times. I know you take a couple steps back in the moment, but it'll definitely improve. You just keep doing it.
Love it. Love it. Hey guys, allow me a quick break to tell you about the Pickleball Lab. If you're ready to stop guessing with things like YouTube and local coaches and actually progress in your pickleball game, the Pickleball Lab is for you. We combine expert, structured online video courses and direct coaching feedback from me with a supportive community of players just like you at your exact level. Get the lessons, the coaching, and the support you need to finally level up. Join us at pickleball.lab.co/lab or find the link in the show notes and let's grow your game together. Yeah, so what I'm working on is still volleys. So my biggest thing for the next 12 months, trying to get to a 6.0 if I can, is ground strokes and volleys. And so there's a volley cycle where what I believe in anyway is positioning. You have to be in the right position. Then you have to read the ball as it's being sped up. Then you have to have the right mechanic, right? You have to have the right reply. And then you have to be able to tell based off of your shot where the ball is going to go. And then it starts all over again. Reposition, read, mechanic, and then knowing where that ball is going to go in. It just repeats. So I'm working on the positioning part of that. I think I talked about that last time. So what I'm working on is, last week I talked about positioning. This week I'm talking about just kind of understanding where a ball can go and can't go quickly. And because I think on a speed up, that's what you're most concerned about. You're not worried about where the ball can go slowly. It can be dinked anywhere, but you have time to react to that. Where can it go fast? And just understanding that when you have a paddle, the paddle face, like so this paddle face right here, this ball, if someone's going to hit, that could go straight ahead or this way fast. It can't go fast this way. Okay. And so just knowing those types of things, that's what I've been working on. All right, let's hit some questions and let's go from there. All right, you ready?
Sounds good, man. So yeah, trash talking. Is it part of the game, or what are your thoughts, man?
Right off the bat, it's not a part of the game. Unfortunately, I come from the basketball world where like the mental side of it, you use trash talk to get an edge. And my experience has been you just don't trash talk, and I'm sad about it. What about you?
As of right now, I only do it with my close friends on the pickleball court.
Yeah.
Have I done it in tournaments? No, just my close friends. I do think it's really a part of any sport to a certain degree. You don't take it too far, but I really think it can bring out some competitiveness, which is fun.
Yeah.
So.
I think pickleball has a chance to do that where other racket sports really don't, because it has an element that others don't really have. And I think it's volleys. Like volley is truly like a man on man, like let's see what happens kind of thing. And the number one reason I don't trash talk actually, no, it is. I just don't think socially it's acceptable. I don't think, this is a hot take, but I really do not think most racket players, sport players, are used to trash talk. So when you trash talk, they're kind of like, oh my gosh, I have the best story for you. Are you ready for this? I totally forgot. Okay, I can't believe I forgot about this. When I was a senior in high school, I played basketball. That was it. The tennis coach was like, hey, you should come out and play tennis. Or maybe I was like, I should come out and play tennis. Who knows? Anyways, I get out there and we start playing. The number one on the tennis team, I'm like, all right, I'm going to start trash talking this dude. And so like, he's way better than I am, but we're playing and like, I hit like a forehand winner or whatever. I'm like, yeah, man, you better eat that. You know what I'm saying? And dude, I just start talking, and he's not used to it, and he gets all in his head, and he loses. And the tennis coach, he loses to me, and the tennis coach pulls me aside. And he's like, "Hey, we don't do that here." And I didn't play again. And so I was like, "Man, what a wussy sport." But you know, I don't know. I didn't grow up in the racket sport world. You could probably make an argument where I'm like, "All right, that makes sense." But socially speaking, I don't think it's acceptable.
The pros don't do it much. I mean, you can tell with body language. Like some of the pros, like Hayden will back up, like just back and keep looking forward off a good shot.
Yeah.
Or like there's like random body language things, but I don't think like straight trash talking on the court is widely acceptable. Again, have fun with your friends. Like do it with some people don't take it too far. But I mean, yeah.
All right.
I love doing it.
So everyone listening, you guys listen to Elliott and then don't listen to this next part about what I'm going to say. So you do what he said. Don't do what I say. Okay. So here's what's going to happen. Here's my second reason. My second reason is that I'm not good enough yet to trash talk. But as soon as I am, and I know what I'm doing at like a 6-0 level or whatever, and I can volley and I can beat, the majority of people, like I hope, because I'm really working on hands. Like I want that to be my calling card. Dude, you better believe it. And here's the thing about basketball is I never started the trash talk. It just doesn't make any sense to me to start bullying someone. But I was waiting for someone to say something to me, and then I would just unleash on them. And there's been times recently in rec play where like people have done like a couple of things to kind of piss me off or say something. And I'm like, dude, y'all better wait till I feel comfortable volleying, because I'll just speed up at you every single time and I will make it a point and I'll bully you a little bit. Again, everyone listening, do what he said, not what I said. Okay. What I'm saying is toxic and really rude and unchristian, but that's what's going to happen. And that's what I'm going to do.
I think a form of trash talking, and we've all seen it at the pro level, where you take an absurdly large swing and you're going right for a body bag. I think that's like a form of like, it's another form of like, I know what you're doing, or I've seen your body language. I think there's other ways to do it, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I probably won't ever do that in terms of like, I'm pissed at you, so I'm going to just pull on you, because I think you could actually end up hurting somebody. But I would do it as a strategy or on accident. But yeah, that's my extent of trash talk. I really hope it becomes socially acceptable so I can get back to my roots.
Well, maybe you should just start trying it.
Yeah. It's already pretty tough out there socially in terms of like how pickleball works. So I don't know that I want to be the first one through that door. I'll let you do that. When we play together, I'll just start whispering stuff when I'm behind you, so like people think it's actually you saying stuff, and I'll just from behind I'll just be like, I don't know. I don't know, dude. He's
So you
feeling
tell
spicy
me
today.
you don't trash talk in your head at all. You don't say
100%
anything.
I do.
All right. I
The,
want to hear those thoughts next time we play.
and the last 2 weeks, there were multiple times where someone did something that kind of frustrated me, and I was like, all right, I'm going to freaking destroy you. But all I was thinking is we're going to get kitchen to kitchen, and I'm going to volley at you right away. Like, or I'm going to speed up at you right away. And the problem is they rotate. They get away from you too much. And then when they are straight ahead of you, maybe you don't get to the kitchen. Like, it's just really hard. But in basketball, I could always put you in a one-on-one situation. There's no one-on-one situation unless it's like 20% of the time. It's really hard to cash in on that. In basketball, there's always a one-on-one situation. You can always put someone in a one-on-one situation. If you're not one-on-one with that person, you just call them out. And now their pride's on the line, and they have to come guard you. Dude, basketball's a vicious sport, and I love it. All right.
I think we need more of that in pickleball, though. I really do. I think you can do it in a respectful way. Like, you can have fun and banter. There might be a difference between trash talking and bantering, but, like, I think we need to have banter. I mean, we're all out here to be competitive. We're all out here to have fun. Like, it might take away some of the seriousness of it and maybe some of the pressure if you're putting yourself out there a little bit more and having fun and, like, getting people going. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, see, I think it's just a country club sport. Like, you don't talk trash in golf, right?
Yeah.
Like, you don't talk trash in tennis. And then, like, there's a reason country clubs don't have basketball gyms. Okay, it's not a country club sport. It's a vicious sport. But anyways, all right, we belabored that. Let's move on.
All right, that was fun talking about trash talk, but let's talk a little bit more about, like, technical sides or, like, strategy, because I really want your opinion on the third shot drive versus the drop, and, like, when do you use each one, and, like, why are you deciding to do that?
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit, but I always favor the drive over the drop. I only drop when I can't drive, and typically the ball's too high. There's a couple of things, like, if it's not in your strike zone, you have to lunge for it forward, left, right, or back, or the ball's too low, or if you don't have a two-handed backhand, it's not on your forehand side, it's on your backhand, you have to drop, right? But I think the major one is just the height of the ball. So if the ball's high enough, I'm going to drive it. If it's too low or out of my strike zone, I'm going to drop it. I just like the drive over the drop. I think it creates more pressure. The only situation where I wouldn't do it is if I have a bad drive. But if I'm playing in rec, I'm going to hit it anyway because I need to get better at my drive. So I would drive over drop. What about you?
I think, just for our viewers watching, I think when you enter a tournament or whatever this looks like, or rec play, I think you start with drive. I think when you're nervous and to have a perfect touch on a drop, I think that can be hard sometimes. So I think when you're starting in this more high pressure situation, I think you always want to start out driving, for one, yourself, and I think two, you want to see how the team reacts and handles to that.
Yeah, they're more likely to hit a high ball too, so that helps.
Right. Yeah, and if they're not able to handle the drive, great, you have your strategy going in. If you get in and they're, like, countering your drives left and right and making it extremely hard for you to hit a fish shot, then I think you switch strategies quickly and go more to a drop. But that's how I would start out your tournaments or your rec play. So
yeah. Yeah, I think it depends on your nerves. Yeah, if you're talking more tournament, I think that's a different conversation. I guess it also depends on, like, what the weaknesses are of the other team, right? But I was thinking about it purely from, like, a sanitized situation where it has nothing to do with them and has everything to do with you. That's what I would do. But strategy comes into play there too.
yeah, for sure.
I mean, obviously positioning is one. So, like, if they return and don't run, you can't drop that. You got to drive that. But that's rare.
Right.
That's relatively rare, right? It's more common at lower levels. Unwinding the stack. If they're late unwinding, if anyone's late for any reason, you could probably, if the ball is like 2 or 3 inches lower than it normally would be, and you would drive, like, wherever your cutoff point is, maybe you take it a little 2 or 3 inches lower because you have a little bit more time.
If the return is super low, I don't recommend driving that ball at all.
See, I would drive that ball.
I mean, it's hard. If you have a really good topspin, it might get over. But
well, so, like, are you talking about a short return, a medium, or long? I guess if it's a short one, yeah, because I mean you can't,
like, short and low, like, it's not bouncing high and it's short. I always try to drop that every single time because you're just going to drive that right to net. Now, if the ball's super high middle of the court and you're in a good position, I would drive the heck out of that ball all day long.
So I agree on the short and low. What about the low and long? So like you're hitting your third from behind the baseline, if not 2 feet behind the baseline.
I hit more of like a hybrid or like a drip. I tried to like get a little pace on it, but not like a full blown 70%, 80% drive.
Yeah, I would drive that. I would clear it like hockey. Like I would just get it back over. There's no way that ball, if it's 2 or 3 feet bouncing up at its apex behind the baseline where you're going to hit it, there's no way they get a better ball back than that unless you just really mess up that drive. And that drive, you just get it a foot over. Like you don't have to get the typical 6 inches over. Just get a foot over. Get a different ball. Because I think, again, that's not a great place to be in. That's why hitting hard, deep returns is so important, is because you put them in a really bad spot. But I think the chances of you, what's the alternative? Dropping a really hard, long ball. You're so far away from the net. I think you're just ending up laying that up for someone and they're going to crush it. What do you think?
I think so too. I mean, I think if you get that ball, you're kind of out of position, and I think you're just going to float up and drop at that point, and then you're pretty screwed. So.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So we agree on that. All right. What about the next one?
My next one is kind of, I guess, get you from more intermediate to advanced, is incorporating the flick. So how do you incorporate the flick in your drilling or playing, or like when do you use it, when not to use it? Because it's different than a roll, right? So how do you know?
Yeah, flick's just out of the air, and it's, the ball's in a decent position to speed up, probably 4 inches below the net or higher. The higher it is, the less you're gonna try and flick. You're just gonna pound it, right? So it's just it's in like that net high zone. And so you're flicking just to get some topspin on the ball. Typically, it's either the forehand flick or the backhand flick. I think most people understand kind of how to do the forehand flick. It's just topspin, right? It's the same with your backhand, but people I think struggle a little bit more with the backhand. I will say if you're really struggling with the backhand flick, you need to check your grip. If you're in a like semi-Western grip, which you guys can look this stuff up online to kind of understand what your grip is. But if you're in a semi-Western or even a Western, I don't know how you'd be playing in a Western, but you're going to have a really hard time flicking. You need to be more continental. And and maybe you can pull it off Eastern, but continental is preferable. That makes it really difficult to dink necessarily and volley on your forehand in continental, but you just don't have a lot of time to change grips at the kitchen. So I would just stay continental whole time. And then on the flicks, one thing I've noticed is that I'm punching a lot less. Punching is just when you're volleying, is trying to just blow a ball by someone or through someone. And what I've noticed is people can get those balls back. You've got to hit the ball down. So instead of just punching through, you need to be coming to punch, but then flicking up a little bit. Even on your volleys, not just backhand flicks for your speed up, right? Backhand flicks really just a speed up, an initiator, an engager. But you need to be, when you're volleying, just trying to put some type of topspin to get the ball down as fast as possible.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. I think people mistaken the punch volley for a flick.
Yeah.
But really, it's almost like when you're punching it, it's already high enough, right? Like you can punch the ball. Mm-hmm. When you're flicking, the ball is below the net a little bit, and it's almost looking like you're about to dink it, but taking it out the air and creating offense on maybe a 50-50 ball. Do you agree with that?
I would say the punch is, I just probably wouldn't punch anymore. I try not to punch anymore. Punch, like, I think you're just trying to blow a ball through somebody. And the amount of times at our level that people get that ball back to you, even if it's a bad ball, but they put it like in a really weird spot for you, it's just too much. What I've noticed is the more you hit down on the ball, even in fast volley situations, the more they pop the ball up, and you can just finish it. And watching the pros, sometimes they do try to blow balls through each other, but I think it's relatively rare, and I think it's a strategic mistake, and it's typically when someone's frustrated.
Yeah, for sure. No,
what do
I
you
get
think?
That. Yeah, I mean, I still punch a little bit, but I only punch when it's like high. Like, it's in between that flick and like almost high enough for me.
You punch down though, or do you punch through?
I do punch more down.
Yeah,
I would say, but it's not like I'm not really getting the paddle like this and using my wrist to flick. It's more like this. So I don't know. It's just different. But yeah, I think the flick is used for like of course, if you're backhand dinking, you're dinking, dicking, and then, there's a ball that's like 50-50 that you need to get some more top spin. You need to bring the ball up and down. I think that's a good shot for it. But
Cool. Yeah. I think because if it's high enough for you to punch down, you're going down. As long as you're going down,
yeah.
that's probably what you need to be doing. We'll just move on. Let's just go. Just move. Next question, really fast, Elliott. Really, really fast.
Let's talk about price of high-end paddles. Do you think they are too expensive these days?
Dang. I'm not a paddle guy. So I've used 2 paddles. I've been playing for, I think, 3 years now. I've used not the exact same paddle, but like the same model. I've used 2 models the entire time. So it doesn't really affect me. Even when the grit's worn off, I will still play with it because my thought process is if I can make this ball spin without grit, then I can definitely make it spin with grit. So they're not too expensive for me, relatively speaking. But the profit margin, I'm guessing the profit margin on those things is like 80% or something. Do you know anything about that?
I've looked in because it's kind of annoying me because I feel like this sport has gotten way more expensive over the years, especially the price of paddles. I mean, you have paddles now. I mean, some of the labs paddles with Selkirk are $350.
Yeah.
You have a lot of paddles now, like the new Yolas are what, $299.
The carbon I use is $280, I think.
Yeah. So I mean, things are getting expensive. I don't love that aspect of it because at my level, I'm going through a paddle like once a quarter, probably. I mean, you have the edge guard always coming off. You have, what's it called? Or is it delaminated?
Yeah.
Delaminated? Yeah, it's delaminated, which means the little, what is that?
The face separates
Yeah.
from the core.
Correct. Yeah. So then you can kind of hear it rattle a little bit, or the grit is completely off the paddle. So, I mean, at a high level, and you're playing 3, 4, 5 days a week consistently, you're going through shoes all the time, you're going through paddles all the time, and you're playing club memberships. So I think things are getting expensive, but I mean, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, dude, I got a shoe hack for you. Whoa, shoot. Do I tell people this? Because if you guys use this a ton, you're going to screw me. But we're at the very beginning of this podcast thing that we're doing. So I don't think there's going to be a lot of you listening. So for those of you that are listening, I'll
Maybe
give it away.
comment. Well, maybe they should comment and then we can DM them what it is.
That's great. That's great. I have a way. If you comment, that's perfect. If you comment either on Spotify or YouTube and say, I don't know, I want to know about the shoe thing, I will tell you how to get, I go through shoes once every 2 months. I will tell you how to get shoes consistently 50% off. Have I told you how this works? Have we talked about this? All right. Well, we'll comment on YouTube and I'll tell you.
I'll be the first comment once it goes live.
Dude, you better do that. That'd be so funny.
I'm gonna comment shoe hack.
Dude, you better be the first one to comment. But yeah, yeah, in the paddle situation, I think that the margin must be huge. 2 reasons I think that. One, when that whole Eula debacle went down last year, I don't think it ever once in their mind where they're like, maybe we should be getting out of that. I bet they were like, we'll eat it because we make so much money and that didn't really hurt us that much, and we'll just make it up on the next year. And then they tried the mod and some other stuff to make it up too. 2, everyone that's getting in the paddle game. Why are so many people getting in the paddle game? The margins have to be huge. So I'd be really interested to see. You would think competition would bring it down, but I'm wondering if they're all like loving the margin, and so we need more competition. I'm not sure, but that's all I got on that.
We were looking at a couple of my buddies yesterday were playing, and we were looking at like 2 5-ish players, 2 7s, maybe 3 at the top, which, as we know, are kind of like beginners just getting into pickleball. And he was like, "Look at the paddles on that court." And I looked, and I was like, "That's $1,000 in paddles right there."
They all have high-end paddles?
Right. Everyone had a high-end paddle. So it's like, I mean, you think about one court has $1,000 worth of paddles on there, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
But,
what are you going to do?
It's worth it, right?
Yeah, what are you going to do? All right, let's end with the controversy.
All right. Hot take here. What a lot of people want to know, if you're an experienced player or if you're an intermediate player, do you do power or do you do a control paddle?
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so I'm going to slightly tweak and just say, are you a power or control paddle player? So everyone that is a power paddle player, raise your hand. Elliott raises his hand. Everyone who's a control paddle player, raise your hand. Josh raises his hand. For those of you not watching the video, right? Yeah, so I'm more control. It sounds like you're more power. Tell me why you want power over control.
I have more of an aggressive play style, so I do probably like to drive more. I like to start out the point with a tough serve or a tough return. Like to drive the ball. I like to speed up at the kitchen, and I think I can get enough control. I mean, am I a straight power paddle person with like the really thin, like what are they, like 10 millimeter paddles? I don't know. They make like really thin ones, like paper thin almost.
Yeah.
No, I like more of the hybrid, but it more is on the power side because I've been playing paddle sports my whole life, racket sports, so I have the touch and control I need. I just feel like I just don't get enough with like truly control paddles. I mean, I started out with the Selkirk Lux, which I loved, but there was a point where I needed more. Why are you so into control?
Used to be a power guy, and then I realized I hit the ball out a decent amount. Do I really need that much power? And then I just don't think power is a problem for me. If I need to generate more power, I'll generate it through getting a better swing. I want more control. I want more touch. 9 times out of 10, I've done the stats. The team that gets to the kitchen the most on serve side is going to win. You have to win kitchen. And I think typically winning kitchen means being able to hit good drops, being able to hit good resets, and then I'll find the power. Like I'll figure the power out. I'm not too concerned about that. So that's it for me.
I want to hear what you guys have to say too. So let me know in the comments if you're more power, Team Elliott, or control, Team Josh.
That's right. So we'll go in there. We'll put a comment that says Team Elliott, and then I'll make you put one that says, no, I'll make you put one that says Team Elliott, and I'll put one that's Team Josh, and we'll see which one wins out.
Cool.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thanks for sticking around for the podcast today. We're going to end it right here. If you want to get your questions featured on the podcast, it's honestly super simple. Do the really cool way of making or getting us a question. Call us at 317, write this down, 747-3520. And we're not going to answer. I'm not going to talk to you, but leave us a voicemail and we will actually play it on air. I don't care what it is. I mean, don't do something explicit, right? I can't be bleeping out a bunch of stuff. Actually, I take that back. You leave me a voicemail with a bunch of bleeps. We'll bleep it all out and we'll leave the uncensored parts, right? But yeah, drop us a question there. Let us play it on air. That would be so much freaking fun. This is the first time we've done that. So that'd be a lot of fun. And then obviously the simple way is to go to YouTube or Spotify, leave us a comment. We will get it answered on the next podcast.
And Josh doesn't know this, but I'm signing him up to give a surprise. The first person who actually calls and leaves a voicemail on a question, you'll be getting a surprise. Not only will be featured on the next podcast, but you also get something as well.
Yeah,
Cool.
okay. That sounds good. I don't know what that is. So if you don't like it, you can get pissed at Elliott about it. And then, but we will feature it first. And in fact, we'll probably do that from here on out. If you call in and leave a question, we will get to yours first. How about that?
Cool. Love it, man.
Boom. Deal. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining. That's going to be it for us today. Get out there, have some fun playing pickleball, and we will see you guys next week.
See ya.